guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jennifer, and today I'm going to share with you 10 facts that you probably don't know about me. Some of them are cute, some of them are funny, some of them are juicy. You'll probably be surprised. So stay tuned. Now before I jump right in, I would like to go ahead and invite you, if you haven't already subscribed, to hit that red subscribe button so you can see more videos just like this. Also cooking videos, shopping hauls, DIYs, Disney related videos, homeschool, all kinds of stuff. So if you're into those types of videos, make sure you subscribe. So 10 things that you probably don't know about me. I thought that this video was perfect timing because number one, we just gained a whole lot of subscribers, new friends on this channel, so welcome. And a lot of these things, even if you've been around for a while, you probably don't know. So let's get started. So some of these things are just kind of random information, and others are kind of deep, dark secrets that I'm finally letting out there. So in no particular order, I'm going to start with number one, which is my middle name. I don't think I've ever shared this before. I'm definitely not ashamed of my middle name. I love it because it's actually a version of my mother's name. My middle name is Suzanne, and my mother's name is Susan. So she gave me a variation of her name for my middle name, and I think that is very special. In fact, I actually kind of did the same thing with my oldest daughter. So my name is Jennifer, obviously. So Mackenzie's middle name is Janae, a variation of my name. And in fact, all of my kids' middle names, they all start with J. Since my name is Jennifer and my husband's name is John, we decided to give all our kids J middle names. Number two, I am surprisingly, especially being on YouTube, I am tech resistant. And what I mean by that is I was literally the last person in my entire family to get a smartphone. I was actually kind of afraid of getting a smartphone because I knew that if I had the opportunity to use the internet on my phone, that I might become addicted to that. And sure enough, it is kind of hard for me to put it down sometimes. But in other ways, I am tech resistant as well. Like, I would much rather have a physical DVD or a physical music CD than like a stick or an MP3 player or something like that. I kind of like the old school thing. I was probably like the very last person to give up my Walkman. You guys know what a Walkman is? Yeah, I had mine until recently actually. So I'm very tech resistant. I kind of like to keep my old things. They still work, I just keep them. Now switching gears here on kind of more of a personal note, I have never shared my struggle with my weight on this channel before. And it's definitely something that affects me every day of my life. In fact, from the time I was a teenager till now, I've probably gained and lost 50 pounds like 6 times. Like I'm always up or down or up or down, and some of that has been just having my kids, but even in my teens there were times where I was a good 50 pounds overweight, and I've lost it. You know, I've lost the weight in healthy ways, and I've also lost the weight in unhealthy ways. So it's definitely a struggle for me, and I tend to be an emotional eater, and I like to cook, so sometimes it's definitely a struggle. What's helping me right now is being accountable to my Fitbit, getting those steps in every day, drinking water, and something that I've not been doing very well with recently is sleep. Getting enough sleep definitely affects the weight. So yeah, struggles with weight, definitely. Okay, moving on to kind of a more fun subject, and that is past job experiences. Now, I actually went to school to study travel marketing, but I never actually worked in that field. But I did work at several other places that some were fun and some were not so fun. You guys know I worked at Krispy Kreme for about 5 years doing a variety of things. But after Krispy Kreme and after I was married, I had a few other jobs before I had kids. And number one, I worked at Edible Arrangements. Have you guys ever seen Edible Arrangements? They're pretty cool. In fact, I basically worked there just for a couple months because I wanted to learn how to make them. And I did. They actually are a lot of work, and it's no wonder to me that they're so expensive, but It's basically like a flower bouquet, but instead of flowers, you have fruit. So yeah, I totally know how to make those. And another place that I worked right before I had kids was Color Me Mine. Have you guys ever heard of Color Me Mine? I'll try to pop in some pictures here, but it's basically a paint your own ceramic pottery sort of place. You go in, you pick a piece of like a plate or a bowl, and then you can paint it however you want, and then it gets glazed and fired in a kiln, and then you can take it home. So yeah, I actually was a general manager of a Color Me Mine location. I got to teach a lot of kids how to paint pottery and use kilns, and it was a really cool artsy sort of job. And I worked with a lot of field trips. It was really fun. I loved working there. And then there was a time that I worked at a bank. Yes, I worked at a bank for literally one day. Like one day. I went through the entire application process, all the interviews, background checks to work at this bank, and it was like a total professional job in a cubicle with other ladies that had been working that job for like 20 years, really good pay, health benefits, all that kind of stuff. And it was in the check fraud department. Fraud checking department? Yes. So it was like a legit professional job, whereas all my other jobs had been like food or art, things like that. But I literally worked there one day and I knew it was just not for me. And I have nothing against like office workers or, you know, if that's your thing, but I just knew that wasn't like the place for me, and no amount of money could like, I would not be, I knew I wasn't gonna be happy. So after one day I was like, yeah, I can't do this, sorry guys. And then I quit. Okay, next question. You guys know I love Disney things, and specifically Disneyland, but there's one ride that I will absolutely never go on, like ever. And that might surprise you, and it's kind of a bad thing because my husband actually really likes this ride, and that is Star Tours. Now, I have nothing against Star Wars, love Star Wars, but Star Tours makes me sick every single time. It doesn't matter which, because there's different rides you can go on, like different experiences. It changes with each, I think there's like 20 different versions, but each time it makes me totally motion sick, and it's really, really bad. So I will like never go on Star Tours. Okay, so this next one is coming from the way back of my childhood. When I was a kid, I was so dangerous and accident prone. It was crazy. When I was in first grade, I broke my arm. When I was in second grade, I broke my leg. When I was in third grade, I broke my finger. When I was a kid, just in general, I had 15 stitches in my face, all at different times. Here and here and here. I have all these scars from just falling down, just all kinds of stuff. In fact, I was in the ER so much when I was a kid that they started asking my parents. They started suspecting my parents were doing something, and they totally weren't. Love my parents. My parents are awesome, but I was injured so often. I was always in the ER as a child. My poor parents. I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, sorry. But I was like always getting hurt when I was little. So I think that has a lot to do with why I'm kind of a helicopter mom with my own kids, because I know what it's like to have broken bones and, you know, stitches, and I just don't want that for them. Now, this next fact about me is kind of a confession, and that is that I am the worst at calling people back. Yeah, the worst. Like, if you text me, I will text you right back, usually, if I can. But call me on the phone, yeah, I'm the worst at calling people back. I think number one, especially if they leave a message and they say, you know, it's so-and-so, give me a call back, and they don't tell me why they want me to call them back or what it's about, and I'm always like thinking the worst, like, oh no, what could they possibly want? And so, I don't know, I get nervous to call people back. Is that weird? But it's true. So text me, don't call me. Alright, it's time to switch back to a more serious topic, and that is something that I definitely don't talk a lot about, but is a major part of my life that I struggle with every day, and that is anxiety. I try to put on a brave, happy face, but there are some times where I'm so worried about stuff that I literally can't function, and I just kind of shut down. And the interesting thing about this is it's something that has plagued me for years, like since I was a teenager, I would worry about things so much, and I would feel a tightness in my chest and just not know how to deal with the emotions, like little things that most people wouldn't worry about at all. I worried about a lot, and I didn't even know what that was. I had no idea that that was called anxiety. It wasn't until recently when I started learning about the symptoms and triggers and things like that that I started being like, yeah, that's me. That sounds like me. I guess that, you know, I do have anxiety. And so the number one thing for me was to realize that yes, I do have anxiety. And number two, once I was able to admit that, I was able to find out things, you know, things that trigger the anxiety and how to better deal with them. Yeah, I'm definitely not perfect at it. I'm still working on figuring it out, but yeah. So acknowledging that I have it, finding out what triggers the anxiety, and then how to best deal with it. There are so many resources online available and information that can really help. So if you have, you know, if you're struggling with anxiety, I'm there with you. We're working on it. We can work on it together. I have a lot to say regarding anxiety and my whole experience. I feel like maybe I should make a separate video to really give it the attention that I feel like that topic deserves. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments down below, and I will consider making that video, because it would be kind of an honest, raw video for me. Now, if you've seen my St. Patrick's Day special, you probably know that I love Celtic dancing, Irish dancing, that sort of thing. But what you might not know is that I really enjoy Bollywood dancing. I love the dances, the music, all that kind of stuff. And you guys probably know that I'm a Jane Austen fan. So one of my favorite movies that I could never get my husband to watch is called Bride and Prejudice, which is, you know, like Pride and Prejudice, but the Bollywood version. Have you guys ever seen it? Let me know if you've seen it before. But it's really fun. I love the colorful costumes and all the dancers. It's awesome. I love Bollywood music. Okay guys, I hope you're still with me. If you are, thanks for watching till the end. This is the last number 10 thing, and that is I suffer from mom guilt all the time. I worry if I'm spending enough time with my kids. I worry that if our homeschool is enough, if they're learning enough. I worry about giving them my bad habits and my bad traits, you know. The other day my daughter had a really bad attitude, and I could totally tell that she was getting it from me. And so that's very humbling. I worry, am I a good enough mom? Am I doing it right? Because I make mistakes all the time. And I'm trying to get better at it, but yeah, I definitely suffer from mommy guilt. So yeah, I think what really helps is to realize that, you know, no mom is perfect, nobody's perfect, and just to try your best. And also just to love the kids, and my big thing is patience. I constantly have to tell myself, just be patient, they'll get it eventually, you know. Yeah. Okay friends, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you learned a few new things about me. I know one of the things that I really enjoy about the whole YouTube thing is the opportunity it gives me to have some personal growth. And I know that sharing these things, they can be interesting and fun, but it also shares the ups and downs of life, because it's nice to know that not everybody's perfect, and sometimes we struggle with the same things. Now before I end this video, I wanted to give you a little update on what's to come. Now first off, we are so close to having 10,000 subscribers on this channel. Can you imagine 10,000 friends? I never imagined, but I'm so excited. And when we do hit that mark, I'm planning a giveaway, so stay tuned for that one. And then tomorrow will be Wednesday for me. I'll be posting an all new What's for Dinner Wednesday recipe. On Thursday, I have a collab video that I'm really excited about. There are two really awesome YouTube mommies with really big channels that I have the opportunity to collab with. So that's gonna be on Thursday. And then on Friday, I'm planning probably another Costco haul video. So if you're into those types of videos and you're not already subscribed, I will invite you to do that. And there's also a little bell notification that you can click on, and that will let you know every time I upload a new video. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.